Well, good afternoon to all. Thank you very much for inviting me to say a few words in this conference, ladies and gentlemen. Well, I will speak briefly about mining in Finland, its importance to the welfare in Finland nationally and locally, and a little bit about the current critical debate related to mining. I hope that this will serve sharing this, what I'm going to say, a little bit debate also in Serbia and the development of the mining sector here. To put my, yeah. Okay. So which one? This?
Yes, please.
Okay. To put my presentation to perspective, Finland is a very small country. We have only 5.3 million people, and from a global perspective, our mining in Finland is very small. We have about 50 mines at the moment. The turnover is, I think, still less than 2 billion euros, which is only about 1% of our GDP. It does employ about 5,000 people directly, but that is, our mining is important locally in northern and eastern parts of Finland. The important thing is that by 2020 we estimate that we would have at least 4 billion euro new investments in mining sector. We would dig at least 5 times of minerals than we do at the moment, and we will double the jobs offered by that time. Well, Finland is by population a small country, but in European standards, of course, we have quite a large land surface, and the mineral resources are still mostly undiscovered. We live in a zone where with modern technologies we can really increase a lot our mining activities. So it is a very important growing part of our economy in the years to come. A bit a similar situation as in Serbia. Well, I don't go this in detail. In the other map, one can see in blue the mines operating at the moment. As you can see, they are in the northern and mainly northern and eastern part of Finland, and the white ones are the ones which are in reasonably advanced state of preparations. Finland is a very good environment for mining. We have a new mining law from 2011, and the Fraser Institute in its Policy Potential Index 2011-2012, in that Finland scored the second most attractive policy environment for mining investors in Finland. And that is, the reasons are, well, we don't have any special mining taxes, we have good infrastructure, very solid regulatory framework, educated people, stability, predictability, and what is important that until now very positive attitude of authorities and population towards mining activities as future growth sector, particularly as I mentioned in northern and eastern Finland, where there are not that many other kind of possibilities for important economic activities. And of course in Finland we have a very strong know-how related to mining activities. You probably all know our geological survey, which is one of the top geological survey institutes in the world. And of course our companies, Metso Minerals, Outotec, Sandvik, Normet, which have quite a good share of the mining technology market in the world. Now, during the past year, there has been a very strongly growing critical debate about mining, and there's two reasons. One reason is that there's a growing awareness of the huge growth that we are expecting in mining. That will mean that there will be a lot of new projects, and that of course creates certain uncertainty and fears also. At the same time as it is understood that it is really important for the local population. What caused that a year ago was the accident that happened in Talvivaara mine, which is a mine and processing of nickel, copper, uranium, in November 2012. We had exceptionally heavy rains over the year, and then what happened was that they were not able to manage the water in Talvivaara, which caused the gypsum pond to break and leak, and that caused huge environmental damages. And the company has been struggling since with the water management, and that has also the problem with the water management has created problems in the production part also. And as you can see, well, it's not very visible, but what that caused was the increasing critical debate in mining activities, and of course the share price of Talvivaara has dropped 80% in a year. So it has been a very, very expensive mistake. Well, now here I try to illustrate a bit, different actors and roles of actors and the issues that are debated in Finland, as well as a kind of ordinary citizen following the debate in Finland have been able to do it. Of course, these issues, in this audience, you are very familiar with these issues, but I try to bring certain things to explain how what is happening now in Finland. The roles are quite clear, I think. That's the state. It's a regulator, gives permits. Our environment and also related to environment, and I think that's quite okay. It is, of course, the state that has to create the investment environment as secure a proper infrastructure also to mining activities. The municipality in Finland has a very strong role because municipality has the authority on the land use and zoning. So it is at the municipality always has to be on board on these activities. But then municipality in Finland has also, of course, the role of providing infrastructure, also logistical, road or railway infrastructure together with the state, and depending on what's agreed with the company. But also when there are a lot of new people coming to the municipality, they have to take care of the build schools, health facilities, and so on. So there is that part of the municipality. They have an important role in kind of enabling, building the enabling environment for the mine company. Well, the role of the company is very clear. The company's role is to operate in accordance of the regulation, make money, and pay the taxes. And in Finland, that's it. The critical issues in debate in Finland, first about environment, and that I think that is a very much reaction to this Talvivaara syndrome. People did get scared. We haven't had that much before in Finland, that extensive environmental damages, and I praise the companies who, not Talvivaara because they made a mistake, but most of the other metal mining companies in Finland are big internationals. And we haven't really had any problems with the big international mining companies in Finland. But the regulation, I think it's okay. There isn't much need to change that, but there certainly will be more careful control of implementing the regulation. That will mean that the state has to provide more resources, human resources, to make the inspections from the start of the project in order to ensure that this kind of accidents would not happen. When one plans a mine, one has to make a very extensive environmental impact evaluation, and I think that there will be also more kind of strict, that the state authorities will have a stricter look at those evaluations, because there is a certain concern that as they are made by public consulting companies, which might have a direct interest with the mining companies, that they are not always fully objective. This is not my opinion, I'm just saying that this is something that is discussed in Finland. Well, the second point is about the benefits and cost in the discussion. Who benefits and what? What is the finance costs, financial, environmental conflicts and conflicts of interest with other local actors. Now the situation is that, as I mentioned, is that of course the state, what state benefits and the municipality benefits is the employment, more employment and revenues through taxes, and of course from the people employed. Now, and as I mentioned, what is the role of the state and municipality? There is the cost for state to be of being a regulator, and municipality of building all the infrastructure and services in the municipality that are needed. Well, the benefits for the local population, of course, is employment, but then there is the cost of environmental damage and conflicts of interests. The debate really in Finland is now, I think it all in a way will focus in whether there should be special mining tax in Finland. As I said, we don't have any mining tax. The mining companies pay exactly the same taxes as any other companies doing any activity. The profit for taxes is now 24%. Beginning of next year, it will be 24%. The municipalities will get about 1/3. It's paid to the state, but they will get back about 1/3 of that money. The municipalities do get a little bit taxes for the use of land, but it's very small because the value of the mines in the ground or the extraction is not it's not kind of the base for the taxation, and that's also discussed whether that should be changed. This mining tax issue, it certainly will not be discussed during this government, but depending how the discussion continues in the future, it might be on the agenda of the next government. It's really, when the 2011 mining law was discussed, it was and decided, it was quite clear that we don't want to have that mining tax law because it would be more important to attract the investments. But we'll see. When the metal prices are low, it's not really an issue. But when they hike, then the question comes whether it's kind of socially acceptable to have excessive profits. There is not really debate about ownership of company, whether it's foreign or domestic, public or private. Well, that discussion is there, but I don't think that it is really relevant. What really counts is the professionalism and availability of capital. We don't have in Finland enough domestic capital for these investments, and neither it would be advisable for the state to put money into that kind of activities which have a high risk. Now, the only company, we have only 2 domestic companies at the moment, Talvivaara being one of them, none state-owned companies. Talvivaara might be one next week because it's in a serious trouble and the state might have to take over. The state has, with this kind of helping the company over during the past year, increased its ownership to 17%, but it's probable that the state has to come on board. The thing is that it's a fantastic mine, and without this problem, it would be a perfect example in every respect, and now we just have to make sure that it gets over a couple of years to stabilize, and then it can be a very good profit-making, environmentally friendly company. One important issue in the discussion is the conflicting economic interests. When we are talking about Lapland, we have it's the main economic activity at the moment is tourism, and in many areas of Lapland we already have mines which are quite close to the tourist centers, which that we haven't had any problems, and in many areas of Lapland, of course, you have areas where there is not really serious conflict of those issues. But then we have certain places where that conflict is very real. And of course, as in Canada, you have the indigenous people. We have in Finland our indigenous Sami people. They are kind of living is herding reindeers and which need open kind of natural nature, and there can't be conflicts in that sense also, but the tourism is something that one in Lapland has to be very careful how to adjust different interests. I will finish. Well, it is really the question of balance of interest of the different actors, and it's very difficult sometimes to reach that balance, but it's possible, and it is in everybody's interest and should be agreed in the very beginning of the project. I will finish with an example where this tourism and mining the interests are kind of competing very close physically, and that is the case of Hannukainen mine project. It's iron ore mine in Ylläs-Äkäslompolo in northern part of Finland. It's about 1,000 kilometers north from Helsinki. environmental impact studies and all that have been already done, but now it's on hold, but that is mainly because of the financial problems the company who has been planning to invest has at the moment. But anyway, this tourist center, it's bordering a national park, which has the measured cleanest air in Europe, and it's very beautiful. It has a big tourist center, which over 300 kilometers of cross-country tracks, which are groomed every day, and it is the biggest downhill skiing center in Finland. There's already over 20,000 beds, and the planned number of beds for tourists is about 50,000. So it will be a huge. It employs kind of over the year less than 1,000 people, but there's a peak period of about 3,000 when it's manifold. The current investments of the buildings, hotels, and all that is about over 1 billion euros. Annual income is calculated to be 100 million. It brings at the moment 48% of the municipality revenues, and it's indefinite time of operation. Of course, climate change might change that. And then we have the project for the mine, which is, by our standard, it's important. For that, it's bordering immediately that tourist resort, but it's important mine. It would employ directly 350 people. In practice, that would mean a job for about 1,000 people. The investment is 300 million. It's 400 million euros net profit calculated over the lifespan, which is 14 years. Well, then the question is, there will be an open 4-kilometer long pit after it's finished, and of course during the operation it's very close. It's just a couple of kilometers from the whole tourist area. There is dust, noise, light pollution, vibration, and all that. So there was an inquiry done last year, and well, most people feel that it would have a negative impact on that tourist center, and well, this as an example, when there are really two extremely important local activities, but the municipality, the state, they have to make tough decisions and try to be visionary to see what are the consequences in either case. So thank you very much.